nearly every guard pass that you see goes to people's strong side. And so it generally is going to be his right side. And if you really think about it in terms of how many reps your opponent gets defending the strong side versus how many they get defending the weak side, it makes a lot of sense to have a passing system that goes to the weak side. And so this is something really simple that I really like, that starts with this frame on the hip. And this frame on the hip is so common, and most people teach that you need to take a step back and then go to split the legs. When you go with good guys though, they off balance you and they start to get underneath. And so instead, I don't like to step over this anymore. What I would rather do is just create an angle that makes it very, very hard for him to frame that hip. If I'm way back here, this pass is not gonna work because Jeff can get himself on his side. And if he's not flat, it's gonna be hard to pass with anything. So when I do that first back step, I try to keep my chin right above his trap here. And now as he tries to move around, a lot of times it lets that leg come free, and I can just go to that really simple limp leg pass. My second thought though is, as guys get a little better at defending this back step pass, remember my goal is to keep him flat the whole time. But sometimes he starts to keep this leg in really tight and he starts to build some frames. And he has a good grip. I can't really pull my leg free. So what I am gonna do is what I just told you guys that we shouldn't do. We're gonna step back and split the legs. But this time, as soon as my foot clears his, I'm gonna take my back knee and jam it into this space. And this is where I start working my dope mount. For me, the simplest way to finish dope mount, again, we need to flatten. What I'm gonna look for is this hand coming off the lapel and just hiding in his armpit. That's gonna help me keep him flat. And then I use, again, chin over trap to start to pin. Ideally, we take our foot out, we step on his upper thigh, and we look to go into mount. There are other ways to go into side control from that position, but for me, if I can get mount, I'm always going to try to do that. And then kind of our third thought, and to me, this is the coolest one, and people don't really see this one coming. When I start to do this, if he frames with his arm and this space is open, all I need to do is clear this leg. And so I'll take a step back, I'll come in, and I will hit what we call our back leg knee cut. And so a back leg knee cut might be even from here. Again, people don't see it coming because most of the time it is looked at that we knee cut with this leg. When his foot's framed, there's no way I can back leg knee cut. But when I take that step back, a lot of times it opens up that space for me to hit that back leg knee cut. And those are 3 weak side passes that work so well as a system.